Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. Are you stuck in the corporate rat race, worrying about layoffs, and longing to take control of your destiny? This is the place for frustrated executives like you who want to escape the grind, live life on your own terms, and build wealth. Whether you're ready to make a full transition into franchise ownership or want to start building a side business along your corporate job, Pete guides you every step of the way. He'll talk about how to create career and income security, diversify your assets and income, and live life on your own terms. Your path to controlling your own destiny starts now.
Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. My name is Pete Gilfillan. I'm an entrepreneur, a best-selling author, nationally recognized franchise consultant, and proud corporate escapee. And my mission is simple. It is to help senior level executives take control of their destiny, to build wealth and live life on their terms. And over the years, I lived that corporate grind. I climbed that corporate ladder. I put those hours in. I sacrificed more than I'd like to admit. But eventually, I found a way out through becoming an entrepreneur and franchise ownership. And now I help others do the same. And today, I want to talk about a tough but important question. I always like to ask questions, and the question I want to ask is, will you let ageism decide your retirement? The problem is that I caught this the other day in an article. It was HR News Canada. It was a very good article. I'll put the article in the show notes. But it reported that ageism in the workforce has surged 33%. That's right, 33%. Older executives are finding it harder than ever to stay relevant in today's corporate environment. And the reality is, ageism just isn't about getting passed over for promotions. It's also about being pushed out early, being overlooked for new opportunities, and ultimately being forced out into retirement before they're ready, financially or personally. I always like to use the stat, 50% of 50-plus-year-old corporate executives are pushed into retirement before they're ready. And here's the scary stat. Of the 10% that get another job, they make more money or the same. So 90% of executives, senior-level executives that get pushed out, odds are you're not going to make what you made before. This is real, right? And I let the corporate America decide my career for a long time, and then I took back my life. And so you have to decide for yourself, are you going to let corporate America decide your career, or let ageism decide your career? And I think there are 6 reasons why senior level executives can beat ageism through franchise ownership. So one is that with a corporate job in corporate America, you're often only as good as the last quarter, right? And at a certain age, your exit is going to come overnight, right? You're just sitting there with a target on your back. But as a franchise owner, you decide when you retire. Not HR, not a CEO, not a board. You're in charge of how long you want to work. A second thing is that when we're in the corporate world, you do not have income security. That paycheck is not income security. And everybody thinks of a job as income security, but there is no more loyalty left in the corporate America. When we talk about ageism, that means fewer raises, stalled promotions, and fewer opportunities. You become dependent to that company for your income, for your security, your financial independence. And a paycheck is not security, because at any point in time, they could let you go. When you have a franchise, you're in control of your income. Nobody can ever take that away. Nobody can say you're not getting a raise, you're not getting promoted, or you're being laid off. With a business, you truly have income security. The third example would be is that when you're in a corporate job, a lot of times you're building a business for somebody else. And I love that. I love building. But the deal is that you're building it for somebody else. You're building somebody else's castle, somebody else's wealth. And so if you're a franchise owner, you're building your own business. You're building your own equity, your own asset. You're in control of building something for yourself opposed to building something for somebody else. And I think one of the hardest things being in the corporate world is that as we get into it, many executives feel undervalued as they age. And the deal is having that purpose, having that mission when you're a business owner is significant, right? I like it because it gives you kind of that drive in the morning to get going and to make an impact in the community. When we're in a corporate world, a lot of times we can't make an impact. There's less purpose. Certainly we can be passionate about doing, but with a franchise, you're in complete control about it. And I think the fifth one is the most important to me, is that when we're in the corporate world, we don't have lifestyle flexibility. When I was in corporations, they would decide where we're going to live. They would decide the hours that I was going to work. They were going to decide when I was ever going to retire. They were going to decide how much vacation I had and stuff like that. When you're a business owner, you're in complete control of your lifestyle. You don't have to move. If you choose to have a flexible schedule, you can have that flexible schedule. Doesn't mean you're working less, but it's kind of on your terms. You can decide if you're going to hire managers to do other things, and you are, for lack of better terms, running your life. And I think the sixth, and this is really important, is that when you have a corporate job, again, the deal is that, yeah, you may have a pension, you may have a corporate exit package, but the deal is that it's not an asset that you can control. And when we have a business, a franchise, you're building an asset, you're building a legacy for your family. And it doesn't mean that your kids have to be involved, but they can be financially taken care of from the business. Maybe it's an ongoing income for the family, or it's an asset that can be sold that can help for future generations of wealth. Bottom line is that ageism is real. It is accelerating, and it is going to absolutely derail your career and your retirement if you let it. And the good news is that you don't have to let it. By becoming an entrepreneur, you own a franchise. You beat ageism, you protect your retirement, and finally live life on your terms. So I encourage you, if you're thinking about ageism and you know that it's real and it's accelerating, and you want to learn about how you can take control of your retirement, set up your future, I encourage you, go to Hire Yourself. Schedule a 15-minute call with me. It doesn't cost you anything. Tell me a little bit about your situation. I'll tell you about my free franchise consulting services. And don't forget to subscribe, follow the Hire Yourself podcast. I'm here for you because I've been in your shoes. I've been in that corporate grind. Now I am in control, and I encourage you to take the time to see if it's also possible for you to protect yourself from ageism.
Thanks for joining us on the Hire Yourself podcast. Pete's here to help you break free from the corporate rat race, take control of your destiny, and finally live life on your own terms. Whether that's jumping into franchise ownership full-time or starting it as a side hustle. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a fellow frustrated executive, and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Until next time, take charge, build your future, and live life on your own terms.